Have you been struggling with a body weight or self-image problem? Do you have pain in your body? Are you living with frequent colds or the flu? Or even worse, a diagnosed incurable disease? How would you like to hear that none of these issues are real? How would you like to hear that all of these problems are illusions, figments of your imagination, created by incorrect information and limited beliefs? In fact, it's my life passion and purpose to inform you that you don't have to live a life in lack or limitation any longer. I am here to say the poverty mindset can become a thing of your past. You can step into your abundance. You don't have to be controlled by fear or anxiety. You can fix or heal your relationships. You can raise up your energy. You can learn to love yourself. You can step back into the very best version of you. You can heal your life. It's totally up to you. It's your choice. It's your decision. You are the power that can do this. You are the creator of your life. Each and every single one of us has this power. We all have access to the infinite divine root energy that is available to each and every one of us. We can command and direct this power out into our lives. We all need to get the truth. We all need new information. We all need to overcome the brainwashing. Every one of us needs to stop the incorrect thoughts. We all must rise above the wrong, limited beliefs that we have accepted and allowed to form our current reality. The truth is, you have the power. You can lose the weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. The truth is that there is no pain or disease that is permanent. There is no circumstance that you are stuck in. You can overcome any situation that you wish to in your life. You can do it now. You can begin today. You do not need any pills. You don't need any potions. You don't need to buy any powders or any medications. You have everything that you need to change your life. Welcome to my weekly YouTube broadcast show about weight loss, about healing, and about improving performance in any aspect of your life. I'm your host, John DePass, the Melon Man. Hey there, the Melon Man here, and I am here today with a guy, Jake Bouchard.
Jake Breathe, how's it going, guys?
Jake Breathe, I love it. I'll tell you, I was talking about some breathing that I was doing, and hey, listen, my breathing is just beginner introduction breathing. I'm no pro like this guy, but I was talking about breathing, and one of my clients on my page, an old friend, a good old contact, chimed in and said, "Hey, John, you should make contact with this guy in Hamilton, Jake Breathe," and gave me his contacts. And I reached out to him and said, let's do a little talk show about breathing, because I'm recognizing how important breath is. The energy of our universe is so connected to the breath, and we need it. We need it to actualize, to be us, to be our very best self. And I contacted Jake and I said, Jake, I'd like to do an interview with you about breathing. We could talk a little bit about it. Jake said, first come in and have the experience. I went and had the experience, and I was blown away by the experience. It's not only breathing, it's meditation, it's vibration, it's bowls, it's burning sage, it's a real vacation. It's like It's like you go on a vacation right here locally, Burlington, Hamilton, right here, Hamilton, Halton, go for a vacation for an hour, hour and a half, 90-minute
90
time.
minutes.
90
Yep.
minutes with Jake is like a weekend away. It's like a weekend away. I'm going to leave that there, and I'm just going to say, Jake, how did you get into this? You know, what made you get into it? And, you know, just explain, you know, what it is and the importance of it and what you've learned, and just share a little bit about, you know, what it is that you do, buddy.
Totally, man. Yeah, good question. So I was at a like really low point in my life, to be honest. Just kind of looking for something else, something new. I was working in a factory, making good money, but you know, drinking every weekend and just kind of trying to escape.
Doing the things that everybody's doing.
Doing the things, right? Yeah, exactly. Going through the routine. So, yeah, I seen this body ascension breath workshop, and I was signing up for ice baths. I was doing sweat lodges. I was trying floating. I was doing all these like new things, right? So breathing, why not, right? Let's try it out. Go to the course, sit down. They tell us about breathing a little bit. I lay down on the floor. I start doing the patterns and whatnot. And like 20 minutes in, man, my hands were locked. I'm bawling my eyes out. All this energy is flowing through my body, which at the time I didn't even believe in. People are talking about chakras and energy centers. And I'm like, you guys are all in the woo-woo, you know what I mean? But man, after experiencing this, I was a believer. I knew that there was something greater inside of us, an inner strength, if you will. So after that, I was hooked, man. The next like 9 months, I was breathing every day. I was doing my research, really studying. And then I just, excuse me, I met Angela Ditch, who created the program, Body Ascension Breath Lens, out in Grand Prairie, Alberta. I ended up getting certified at the beginning of last year. And yeah, man, created my business, Lungs of Love, moved up to Hamilton. And I've got in with a really, really great crew up here. Z Float down here, 430 York Boulevard, this whole building, Della Soul Yoga, Studio Z Pilates. There's psychotherapy up here. It's just everything, man. So I got in at a really good time, at a really good place, and just been going with it. Teaching people how to breathe and connect with themselves is my goal.
Awesome. Okay. So I mean, you talked about chakras and energy centers. Like, what is it about breath? Tell me, Jake, what is it about breath that has value?
Breath is our life, man. Breath is life force. You can go, days, weeks, months, you'd know this, without food, without water, but without breath, you can go, maybe 5 minutes? Good luck. So that's what drives us. When we can fully oxygenate all the cells in our body deeply, therapeutically, in a relaxed setting, we get to experience an altered state of consciousness. We get to dive deep into ourselves and connect to ourselves. Many experiences of mine have been releasing past traumas, blocked energy, like ways, emotions. You can feel it moving through the body. There's like blockages and it gets like tight and tough. And you breathe into these spaces and they'll open up. And sometimes when it opens up in the body, you can start to cry. You can start to laugh. You may feel the need to yell. And it's just getting energy out of the body, moving it, replacing it, bringing in the new, letting go of the old.
Okay, so two things there that I want to talk about. One, you said, getting to know yourself, and
Sure.
I think that's a really important one, because I think there's a lot of confusion there, and I think this is like it's like something that everyone says, like, you got to know yourself, you have to love yourself, you have to be your own best friend. You can't love someone till you love yourself. You got to know yourself before you can love yourself. But I think people are confused about what this means. Like, what is the self, Jake?
That's a really good question, John. What is the self?
Yeah.
It's you at your deepest depths. It's you when nobody's around and you don't have to put on a mask or act or talk a certain way or dress a certain way.
Right, because the way that we act, that we put out outwardly, the personality, is really a social mask. Would you agree?
Yeah, totally. To fit in, man, it's conformity for sure.
It's conformity, right?
Well, we all want to belong. That's what it is.
We want to fit in.
Totally.
And we've learned from our experiences with our partner or our past partners or our friends or our teachers or our parents or our siblings, or we've learned from trauma,
Totally.
financial issues, relationship breakups, health issues, body weight, self-image. We've learned from all of these things to create a persona that allows us to be in our relationship, be in our career, be a friend, be a son, be a daughter, be a brother, be a sister, be a personal trainer, a breathing professional, interact with clients in a certain way. We've learned how to do that from like what's happened to us.
Exactly. Yeah. Programming, right? Even like it's mostly through social media, through media in general. Social media now.
Through media. That's it.
Yeah, totally. It's just pumped in, right?
Right. So we learn from all these external sources how to be in order to be functional and be successful.
Which works until it doesn't.
Yes. And a lot of the time we've learned, we've had a bad relationship situation. And because of that, we've kind of protected ourselves from it. So we've kind of held down maybe our capacity to love.
Totally, man. We put those walls up for sure anytime we get hurt, right?
And maybe we've been in a financial turmoil before. Maybe we've been through bankruptcy, or maybe we've lost a job, and we've had to move, or we've had some sort of, we've not been able to pay a bill. We've had to give up a car. We've not been able to buy something for our child. So we've felt guilty and poorly about it, or we haven't been able to buy something for ourselves. So we feel less value in ourselves. So there's been some financial traumas that have happened in our lives.
I can agree with that one. That's for sure.
And as a result, we're a bit afraid that we won't be able to afford something.
Totally.
So we have fears associated with our relationship, fears associated with loving someone, fears associated with stepping up and buying something or doing something because we'll run out of money, we won't be able to afford it, right? Fears that we'll do the wrong thing and embarrass ourselves.
Yeah, man.
Fear that we'll open a business and we'll fail.
Hey, fears controls us. That's the reason why no one's making a step, dude.
Yeah, man. Fears suppressing us.
For sure. And the craziest thing is when you take that step, you realize there wasn't fear to begin with.
It was all in our mind.
That's it, man.
So it was a social mask. It was an idea. It was a belief. It was something we had in our minds that was a perception, and we thought that was us. We're better off to protect ourselves from that thing. And so we stayed in this protective personality, but that protective personality isn't really us.
No, man, that's the comfort zone, right?
That's the comfort zone that we live in.
For sure.
Right. And if that's the comfort zone that we live in, that's the way we interact with our world. Because, if that's how we think and what we believe, and that's what we put out, is fear about money and fear about loving, and fear about being hurt, or fear about hurting someone, or fear about being wrong, or fear about failing. if that's what we're putting out, well, then what are we going to be getting back?
Like attracts like. That's so true.
Vibration.
Yeah, it's energy, man. It's all the same thing.
Yes, man,
For
because
sure.
we're vibrational beings, right?
Totally. We're energy trapped in a meat suit.
There we go.
What's happening? Yeah, totally.
And what's going on in our life is a result of what we're putting out.
Boomerang effect, right? So with the breath, you can achieve all of this. You can get to a state where you can like analyze it all in the 0 point, which is incredible, man.
The 0 point, right?
Yeah.
The 0 point is where we really are.
That's where transformation begins. That's where you're super neutral, right? We always put labels on things. Oh, that was a great experience. Even when you started, that was such an amazing experience. Because it was, right? I'm sure it was, but we like to put labels. Or it was a horrible experience. No, it was an experience.
So we tried to avoid it because it was a horrible experience. So we won't go back there anymore.
Won't go to that one, or we'll go more to this one because it was a great. No, they're all experiences. You got to have them all, right?
Yeah, because we only want the good ones.
For sure, totally.
Yeah, the bad ones are no good.
Yeah, but those are the learning ones, man.
That's where we learn, right?
That's the growth. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing: is that the bad ones teach us that the bad thing that's going on around us isn't really us. When it teaches us, we aren't that sadness. We aren't that sorrow. We're the 0 point.
Exactly.
So we aren't the thoughts that are going around in our head, the evaluation of the circumstance. We're actually the 0 point.
We're the watcher behind it all.
Yes. But we confuse ourselves and get attached to the talking things in the head.
And we all do.
And we all do.
Definitely.
We get attached to the voice and we think the voice is us.
For sure.
And then we start following the voice. The voice is just us, is like a portion of us.
I mean, there's many different voices. For myself, there's many different voices. So I guess it's just trying to find the right one.
Well, we've got our positive affirmations. We've got our goals in there. But we've got a lot of our fears in there.
Negative self-talk.
Negative self-talk in there. That's dominating a lot of our time. Habitual thought. Because most of the time we're thinking the same things.
Right.
Every day.
Right.
Sure. So most of the time we're in our habitual thought, and our habitual thought creates our personality. Our circumstances, the energy that we put out, that's our habitual thought, the thought that we think the most often.
Totally. Yeah,
right.
Repeating those neural pathways, it's just that, man, it's that path you walk, it's ingrained, right?
So we think that's us.
That's it, yeah.
We connect to that as being us.
Yeah.
That's our personality.
And that landed when? Sometime after high school, during high school?
And we kept it. That's us. That's our personality.
That's who I'm going to be.
That's who I'm going to be. Because I've been hurt. Because I've had this financial problem. Because my dad never had any money. Because my mother died. Because my sister got sick. For whatever things that have happened to us, we've created the social mask, the ego, the personality, and we attach to it as that is us. So that's not really us.
Exactly.
That's not really us.
Which can be a scary thing for some people.
But something we have to realize it.
That's it. It's coming to that realization. And saying that's a scary thing for some people is when that fear comes in. Well, who am I then? But what a great thing to come across. That's a blank slate. That's a playground. That's going back to your childhood and finding out what you really wanted, what's deep in your heart. What did you come here to do? I don't think it was to work a 9 to 5 and come home and be pissed off and, who knows? Maybe it was,
but we could change that if we chose to.
Yeah, man.
Maybe that's what's been going on in your life. Maybe that's who you've been, but it doesn't have to be who you remain.
Exactly.
Because we've got this 0 point.
Exactly. I was going to go scientific on you. They say every, 7 seconds we flash in and out of existence. Our cells are always regenerating. So there you go. You have a chance to recreate yourself every 7 seconds. People have so many stories. No, I can't do this because I this and the that and the that. Just drop and just try something new. Start
Reinvent
small.
yourself. Reinvent yourself.
Boom.
Reinvent
At the speed of light. Time's an
Yeah.
illusion. You know, you can go into all this stuff. So whatever, man. Just do it.
Yeah, man.
Totally.
So in your experience, you're trying to bring people, from their jibber jabber, like they come in, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do this stuff I got to do today. Or they're in this like, oh, this is what happened to me. I had this trauma. I broke up with my wife and she took me for all my money. Or, so now I'm broke and she's a bitch. And, or I had this circumstance happen to me and I lost this, I lost my job and I can't believe it. And something that's happened, or, oh my gosh, I got so much work to do this weekend. I got to get this project done for my boss. I'm going to be working all weekend, or I got an exam I got to get study for. So I'm either thinking about something that's coming and the problems, or I'm thinking about something that happened and the problems. And
I help you get into the now.
Yes.
Exactly. It's the breath, man. When you become aware of the breath, you become aware of the now.
The breath is the
now.
The breath is the now.
Totally. It's also the link between the mind and the body, right? So you can really connect to your body instead of being so stuck up in your head. Your body has all the answers. Your body's trying to speak to you every day. See, I did not know this 2 months ago, but I'm really connecting. I shouldn't say I didn't know this. I didn't apply it 2 months ago. And now it's like,
so you're learning and growing quickly from working through this breath work. You're always evolving.
It's breath work. It's also floating. It's ice baths. It's gym. It's saunas. It's the whole thing, man. You can't just nail it on one, but it's definitely all of it.
Healing is not one thing.
No, it's not. But if you want to go a little deeper, breathing is in all of them. So it kind of goes back to breathing at the root, right?
You got to breathe in every single one of them.
Exactly. For sure, man.
Okay, you brought up something there that I want to shine light on. You said breathing is the moment. I like that. Can you hash that out a little bit for me? Why is breathing the moment, Jake?
I should say when you're focused on breath, you're in the moment, because like you were saying, the study and the test and the thing and the whatever it is, if you stop and you sit down, you close your eyes and you take 5-10 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. You can even say to yourself, in as you inhale, out as you exhale. After those 5 or 10 breaths, you're not going to have those problems. I should say you're still going to have the problems, but they're not going to be racing. You're going to be able to settle everything. It's kind of like muddy water, right? Like it's stirred up and everything's flowing, but once it settles, it all separates. You let your thoughts drop, and then you can kind of piece them out, pick them up.
I love to tell people when I talk to them about breath, when I'm working out with them and encouraging them to energize and oxygenate their body, that, what the breath is so vital, because in any given moment, you may think you need to get ready for an exam, or you may think you need to do all this work at work, or you need to go get the kids from soccer, or you need to go tend to your sick mom and dad at the hospital. You may think you need to do that. Mm-hmm. Or you may think that your ex is a bitch and she's taking you for your money, or your husband's an asshole and he's cheating on you. You may think that, or you may think that your kid's a little scoundrel and they should be doing more homework, or they should be home more often, or they should be going to church, or you may think whatever you may think. But the truth is, none of those things are really true. What you really need right now is your breath. Because if you don't have your breath, you're going to be dead.
That's true. That's a given fact for sure, man.
It's not that you need to go get your scoundrel husband or spank your child. What you really need is to breathe.
Yeah, for sure. Take some time for yourself. Go for a walk. Consciously breathe. It's all about consciously, though. That's the thing. Like, going into it with an aware state. Because you can sit down, okay, right, John says I need to breathe. Okay, John, I'm going to go breathe. Well, nothing changed, right? So it's bringing awareness to the breath.
Consciousness, focus, awareness, right? Because you can be driving the car, but thinking about your husband or your wife or your kid.
Autopilot. Exactly.
So you're not present, you're not conscious, you're not aware.
No.
You can be at work thinking about work only, or you could be at work and you could be centered and be in your space, in your loving space, in your 0 point, and do your work.
In the present moment, as long as you're aware of your breath, you can be there.
You can be present and do your work.
Exactly.
You can learn how to be present and do your work if you recognize what the 0 point is and realize that you are the 0 point and not the personality and the career and the role and the husband and the mother and the father and the brother and the sister and the child and all the things.
The list goes on and on and on.
Yeah. We got to get away from all the things that we think we are, that we've been told we are, that we've been trying to be to fit in with, and come to what we truly are. And you do that, brother. That's what I love about you and your program. That's why I always come back to you, man, because you do that.
Thanks, bro. You know what? It's the clients that do that. I just kind of help them. I guide them there.
Man, with your sound vibrations, with your encouragement, with your energy work, when you touch the body in just the right places and you bring yourself to the right energetic space and share that physical energy with your patient, your client, your customer, you facilitate that, brother. You facilitate that, man. Right?
Thank you.
And that's why I love your program, and that's why I'll keep coming back to it. Thank you very much.
It's a great experience, man. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that, John. It's changed my life for sure. So I'm just trying to bring that to others.
So can we go from here to talk a little bit about something else that you brought up? You talked about chakras. This is a thing that, you hear a lot.
For sure.
Can you talk about the chakra at all, Jake?
I can. I mean, I definitely am not an expert at all. Some people say that there's energy centers that go down the spine, 7 major ones. From my experience, I can kind of feel energy. I can feel emotion coming from these spots sometimes. So when I'm upset and I'm speaking negatively about myself, or I'm confused about my path, I can feel it in my gut. When I go on the mic or I'm doing a freestyle, I make music. So when I'm doing that kind of stuff, and I'm like in my head a lot, my throat starts to tense up. And that's like anyone, you can feel that. So what they say is these are energy centers in the body connected to the space where they're located. With the breath work, you can really release past traumas, emotions, through these centers and just like get them spinning. They spin clockwise and counterclockwise down the spine.
So a couple things that I think are really important about chakras and energy centers, because I'm no chakra expert either. I've only just been talking to people and reading and listening to videos and watching and applying these practices in my life, breath work, meditation, focusing on inviting the energy that's within me up into my life, trying to connect to the Kundalini energy, bring it up my spine. I'm trying to do these things. And one thing that, comes to mind that I've come to realize is a lot of pain that I've had in my body in my past, pain in my hips, pain in my knees, pain in my shoulders, pain in my neck, that I used to think was tight muscles. Or like an injury in my knee. A lot of it was chemical detoxification that had to come out of my body. There's a physical aspect to it.
Yep.
And a lot of it, I'm convinced most of it now, is energetic.
For sure.
Is actual pain that's in my body because I'm holding some blocked energy in my body.
Yeah, it's emotion, right? Emotional lay down in the body.
Emotional energies,
For
failures, hurts, upsets, pains,
Totally.
frustration,
Heartbreak. Yes.
angers, fears, sadness, sorrow, all of this stuff I'm holding in my body.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people have pain in their back or pain in their hips or pain in their neck or pain in their shoulders, or they feel like, and they think that it's because they slipped on their ice, or they were working on the rotor tiller too much in the garden, or they were bending over shoveling too much snow. And maybe that was the trigger, but a lot of it is actually just frozen or blocked energy in the body as well too. Or when you've got that reoccurring thing, like the neck that just chronic all the time bothers you, or the lower back that's chronic this whole time bothering you. A lot of that is just your bad habit of how you hold energy in your body.
For sure. And body is connected to different like areas in your life too, right? So like say like the shins are for stepping forward, moving into a new position in your life. Same within the hips. Yeah, it's all connected. It's really, really cool. Holding anger towards yourself is the left shoulder. Holding anger towards others is the right. Frustrated, you know what I mean? It's really neat how it's all linked up for sure. We can tap into it and release it through the breath, through meditation, through all these awesome healing avenues.
And all of that's a part of your program, right?
Yeah,
all
exactly.
Of that.
Yeah, offer the breath and the meditation,
Right.
sound healing, energy work.
Right.
It's all part of it.
So that's why I really like showcasing you and your business, because, I'm very focused on, exercise and nutrition, and I encourage the breath, and I encourage alkalizing the body, and the breath is a massive part of alkalizing the body. It's a massive part of changing your mind. Meditation first thing in the morning. I encourage all of my clients to meditate. So you know what? I love to refer people over to you where they can get that guided meditation, where they can get that sound meditation, where they can get that focused breathing, and they can learn how to do that so that they can practice it on their own, because that's what has to happen.
Is the morning routine, right? Like I love how you say that if your clients meditate every day, because it's just, I believe Will Smith said that it's not about building the wall, it's about placing that brick perfectly, right? So if you can hit it a little bit every day, you're going to build up that routine, which then turns into your daily practice.
Because isn't this what it's about? We all need to have like different daily practices and rituals if we want to change our life.
That's right.
We can't have a different outcome in our life if we're living and being and doing the same old things.
If you want things in your life to change, you have to change things in your life.
So we need.
I don't know whose that quote was, but that's from someone.
That's Wayne Dyer, man.
Wayne Dyer. Okay, cool. Beautiful.
The way you look at if you want the world to change, you got to change the way you look at the world, right?
Thoughts create your reality. Yeah, man.
Right. So we need to have different behaviors, different practices, and breath work and meditation are one of those things that we need if we want to alter our circumstances.
For sure.
It's key.
It's key. It's your body. It's
fundamental
to take care of it.
To creating change.
Totally.
And
it's taking that time for yourself, man. Put yourself first, right? It's not selfish to take care of yourself. So you gotta fill your own cup before you can start helping anyone else.
Or we have to be selfish. We have to be selfish first.
That's what it is, right? Yeah. But the thing is, it's not selfish when you're taking care of yourself, because
it isn't.
You provide for yourself, you can provide better for others.
We got to give to ourselves. We got to love ourselves. We got to be our own best friend. This is what our Earth School is all about, teaching us how to embrace and love ourselves and realize who the true self is, what the true self is, and recognize that we are not the money, the material things, the relationships. We're not that either. We're not the circumstances. We're not the house. We're not the cars. We're not the vacations. We're not the people in our life. We are the 0 point.
Yes, exactly.
We are the 0 point. We are in the 0 point within. And that means even in the midst of the sadness or the sorrow, we can be well in the 0 point.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if we want to change our circumstances, what's really funny is, I think sometimes, especially people in the first world, you know, our internet doesn't work. Our Wi-Fi is broken, right? Oh my God, the Wi-Fi is not working,
Yeah.
right? First world problem. Put it in perspective. Some people don't have a house.
Or clean water.
Some people don't have clean water. Some people are on their deathbed. Some people just are paralyzed. Some people don't have the money to pay their bill and they're getting evicted.
Mm-hmm.
And we're upset about the Wi-Fi. Just, you know, we got to get in perspective. We got to get in perspective, right? Now, the thing is that some people that have more, not to knock anybody that has more, because there's nothing wrong with having more, and God bless you if you have more. Some people that have more have learned from having more that they deserve more, and they've learned how to get more because they think more in their minds.
Mm-hmm.
They just naturally grew up in a family that was abundant thinking. So they naturally think abundantly. Maybe financially, maybe they find the right jobs, or maybe they find abundance of love. They get
Right.
lots of sexual relationships and encounters, lots of girlfriends, lots of boyfriends. I used to be really good at that. Some people are abundant in health. Like
Yeah,
they're
totally.
really carved. They got real good abs. They, you know, they're lean. They never gain body fat. Some people are abundant in joy and happiness. Some people are abundant in you know, I don't know what else to say. You can be abundant in a lot of different things. You may have learned your abundance from your mother or your father, from your friend, or from your life experience, from your coach, or from your teacher, from your life experience. You may have learned that. But there may be a part of your life where it's not working right. You maybe need to lose weight.
Mm.
Maybe you need to change your relationship.
Right.
Maybe you need to make more money. Maybe you need to change your future. Even though you're abundance, maybe you got lots of money, maybe you're overweight. Maybe you got a great relationship, but you're overweight. You know, all of us have learned different things and thoughts that we've naturally accepted, and we naturally then manifest in our life money, but we don't manifest healthy weight or exercise.
Totally. Or mental health, right?
We don't manifest mental health. So we need to make a change in our mental health, or we need to make a change in our financial self. We need to make a change in our physical health, our body weight. We need to lose the weight and keep it off this time.
And the way to do that, I believe, you're the professional, but from my standard, like the way I've done it is change the mind. I've lost the weight before, John. I've lost it, and then it's come right back, right? So,
brother, you hit it.
Cool.
I've seen lots of people come into my place, lose the weight, and gain it back.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the thing, brother. Here's the thing. If I don't inspire you, because I can't make you change your mind. I can't make anyone change their mind. I can't make anyone change their mind. If a customer comes in, I can't make them change their mind. However, I can inspire them to change their mind. They can choose to change their mind from my inspiration and information that I share with them. Because that's what has to happen. I have to change that person's mind. If I don't change that person's mind, this person's going to be back again, or this person's never going to leave, or this person's never going to lose the weight. They have to become a different person, Jake.
Yeah, for sure.
In order to change our circumstance, to lose the weight and keep it off for good, we need to change ourselves.
Yeah, our thinking, our patterns, our eating, our behavior. It's all connected.
And the biggest part of it is the identification with the ego, the voice, or the identification with the 0 point.
With the heart.
With the heart.
Mm-hmm.
With the energy that's within us.
Exactly.
With the true source.
Tuning into your own frequency.
Knowing yourself.
Yes.
Knowing who you truly are. and giving that person time, spending time with them, speaking kindly to them, hugging them, forgiving them of any
That's a big one.
sadness or sorrow or anger. And understanding that even that sadness and sorrow and anger, as much as it left pain in my body and made me upset and sad, you know what? It was my biggest motivator, because I was like, I needed to figure out how to manage this pain. I needed to learn how to get over it.
Yeah, it's contrast. It shows you what you do not want in life anymore.
And it makes me value the happiness.
Oh, yeah, exactly. What a beautiful thing, right? To see what you don't want anymore, to then be able to change it.
So we can use our intellect to recognize that the pain and the fear and the frustration and the anger and the sadness has value. And then we can accept it.
Exactly.
And we can feel it, and we can be with it. We can invite it up into our lives. We can invite all of that energy up into our lives. We can feel it. We can transmute it in our heart, with our mind, with our intellect, with our voice. We can speak out a different reality. And with our voice and the vibration of our voice and vibration therapy, which is a part of your program, we can retune our bodies and elevate our vibration and energy and change our circumstances financially, relationally, physically. We can lose the weight and we can keep it off. But we've got to change ourselves.
Where it all begins.
We've got to become a different person.
And who do you want to be?
I want to be a person that I love. I want to be a person that sings my song. I want to be a person that knows my song and sings it all day long. For my wife, for my kids, for my customers, for my clients, for my friends, for my family, for everyone around me. I want to shine my light, the light that's within me, the true 0 point, the passion and love that's within me, not the ego mess that's going to create nothing but a mess in my life.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Brother, it's been a real pleasure having a chat with you today.
Bro, I really appreciate this, man. Thank you for your kind words.
I love talking with you. I love coming in to see you. I encourage all of my customers and clients to come in to see you. I'm going to make sure I attach your website to this. So if people want to look you up and have this experience right here locally, Hamilton, Halton, they can come and work with you and have an experience. What an experience that is. Let's link everyone to Jake and let them see if, let them have this experience in real life. And bro, I look forward to seeing you again in the gym. And sure, I look forward to seeing you again in the studio.
Definitely, John. Thank you, bro.
Okay, man.
All right. Peace.
See you later.